Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be counting down the top 15 roller coasters at Kings Island. And about 4 days ago I drove down 8 hours to Mason, Ohio to go to this park for 2 days, and I was very impressed by the lineup. This was my last trip for the 2017 season, so just to warn you, there's going to be a lot of top 10 videos coming up in for the rest of the year, because I'm going to have my top like 25, I think, favorite roller coasters coming out next Friday, and actually this upcoming Friday. And I'm going to do my top 10 favorite wood coasters and a bunch of other top 10 videos, but I'll also do coaster reviews. But let's get into the list. Coming at 15, and at 15 we have the Great Pumpkin Coaster, and there's really nothing much to say about this. It's a wood coaster. I mean, it's the smallest coaster at the park at 8 feet, and it's nothing too special. Alright, number 14 we have Flying Ace Aerial Chase. This is a Vekoma suspended coaster, and it opened in 2001, 49 feet high. I think it's third shortest ride at the park, and it is 26 miles per hour. Alright, number 13, we got Woodstock Express, and this is, I don't know if it's a family or kiddie, kind of in the middle of family and kiddie wooden roller coaster, only 38 feet high. Made my Philadelphia toboggan coasters. It's only 35 miles per hour. Nothing really too special about this. I do like that it's blue though. It's my favorite color. Alright, 12, we have Invertigo, and just like Woodstock Express, I like the color scheme, but I really do not like the ride experience. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I do not like inverted coasters, and inverted coasters plus boomerang. No one really likes boomerangs. It's not going to be very good. It's not horrible. I mean, if you ride in the front or back row, at least you'll be able to see where you're going. If you don't, if you ride it in any other row, you're facing another person, which is more likely to be a stranger, which is kind of weird. And you don't really know where you're going. Not the funnest ride. I do like the colors though. Alright, number 11 we have Adventure Express, and I was actually very surprised about this one. It's actually turned out to be very fun. It's kind of got like an Indiana Jones feel, like a jungle. It goes through the woods, but it's got like a bunch of tunnels, and at the end, it's not very intense, but at the end there's actually another lift hill with like a bunch of like statues. I don't really know what to call them, and they're like moving. So it's very well themed to like a jungle thing. But then after the lift hill, you come out of the lift hill and then you roll to the station. There's no drop. I was expecting a drop, so I was kind of disappointed, but still very fun. Alright, number 10 we have the Racer, another Philadelphia toboggan coaster, opened in 1972. I mean, this is an okay ride. It's not very tall, not very fast, but it's got some pretty decent airtime, and not really the longest ride, but I do like the racing effect. It's a decent ride. Alright, number 9 we have Backlot Stunt Coaster. And I really love this ride. I mean, number 9 through 6 are very, 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 I could put them in any order. I've changed them so much. 9 through 6 are very similar coasters. I like them pretty much the same. So this might not look like a good roller coaster at number 9, but I actually love this coaster. It's actually located in 3 parks. It's also located at King's Dominion in Canada's Wonderland. It's themed to the 2003 film The Italian Job. As you see, it's kind of like got that adventure, that action stunt theme to it. It's got a 53 mile per hour launch in the beginning. So, oh, not 50. Yeah, No, not 53. Never mind. 35-mile-per-hour launch, sorry. And it is one of 2 Premier Rides launch coasters at the park. The other one is Flight of Fear, coming in at number 8. And this one, I mean, it's an indoor roller coaster, so I don't really like indoor. Can't really see much. This is the other Premier Rides launch coaster. Spaghetti bowl layout. You can also find this at King's Dominion, and Joker's Jinx is the same layout. It's just not indoors at Six Flags America, I think. I mean, this is pretty fun. I like how in the beginning it's really fun. It's going fast, a lot of track. Like everywhere you look, there's track, and then in the middle it slows down quite a bit. Pretty forceless in the middle, but at the end it gains more speed and ends it off pretty well with an unexpected corkscrew as well. That was pretty fun. Alright, number 7, we have Vortex, and this is the park's Aero Custom Looper. One of the best ones. I'd say second best, first being Tennessee Tornado at Dollywood. But I really enjoyed this ride. I mean, yes, it's rough. The loops you'll be like leaning forward a lot. It's pretty, I mean, it's a rough ride. Not as rough as I expected it to be, but I mean, it's pretty tall. It's decently fast. It's got 6 versions, including double loops, double corkscrews, and a bat wing, as you see on the bottom. But I mean, the bat wing's probably the most roughest part. But other than that, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I don't get why people put this at like say this is one of the worst rides at the park. I really enjoyed this. Alright, number 6, we have the Aero suspended coaster, the Bat. And this is my second suspended coaster. I also rode Iron Dragon at Cedar Point, and I like this one a lot better. Very unexpected. I did not think I would put the Bat this high on the list, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's actually a lot more intense than I expected it to be, those turns. Especially, I like how the trains move back and forth, sway back and forth. That really adds to the ride, and this is just a solid ride. It's very smooth too, especially for an aerodynamics coaster. Alright, number 5, we have Firehawk. This is the Vekoma Flying Dutchman. And I was very impressed by Firehawk. I like how, unlike B&M flyers, I mean, I like B&M flyers better, but unlike B&M flyers, the Flying Dutchman, Vekoma Flying Dutchman, gives a good mix between riding on your back and your stomach, like a traditional flying coaster. You start out in the lift hill on your back, and you really cannot see anything but the sky. And then after, you go into a little pre-drop, and then you twist to your stomach like a B&M flyer, and then you drop. And then, I mean, it's pretty intense. I really like this ride. It also has 5 inversions. Alright, number 4. Now now we're getting into the really good ones. We got Banshee, the park's B&M invert. And in my opinion, this is one of the best. I mean, judging by the other B&M inverts POVs, this one is, I don't know, maybe Mon 2 might be better. That's really all I can think of, judging by the POVs. But this is amazing. It's pretty tall. It's 167 feet. It's got 7 inversions, 68 miles per hour, so very fast. I got to ride this 2 times. But the second time was not very fun because I realized my phone was in my front pocket and it was starting to fall out after the first drop, so I spent pretty much the entire ride trying to get my hand through the restraints into my pocket to keep my phone from falling, and thankfully I did. But yeah, I had to focus on keeping my phone in my pocket, but it's still really fun, really good ride. It's very intense too, and I like how the inversions are high up, like this 0 Giro, I think that is up. I like how it doesn't really stay low to the ground like the Batman clones. And it's a long ride, solid invert. Alright, number 3, we have the new addition to the park, Mystic Timbers, the GCI wooden coaster. And I was very impressed by this ride. I originally had this at number 2, but I changed it just because. I mean, the GCI coasters aren't really made to be the best in the park. I'd say number 3 and 2 are usually what they are. This is 109 feet tall, 53 miles per hour, so not the tallest, not the fastest wooden coaster, but it is very smooth. The first drop is okay. I mean, I'm not a big fan of those curved drops that GCI has. I prefer just a straight drop, but I like how this ride just gives a bunch of little ejector bunny hills. I saw somewhere that it had 16 airtime hills, but I only counted 12 on the POV. But this is very fun. A front row is probably the best. Plus the shed. A lot of people, pretty much everybody said it's just a huge disappointment. I didn't really find it to be bad at all. I think it was really good. I mean, of course they could have did better, but they probably had to rush it a little bit to get it open before the 2017 season. But I mean, I love this ride. Alright, number 2, we have the B&M Hyper Diamondback, sitting at 230 feet tall, 80 miles per hour. And this is known as one of the better B&M Hypers. Not one of the best. Probably 5 or 4 or 3. So yeah, I guess one of the best. But this is my second B&M Hyper. My first being Raging Bull. And I'd say, like, they're pretty similar. A lot of people don't like Raging Bull because it's trimmed and it doesn't have good airtime, but I like it. Maybe better than this. I haven't really decided yet. I mean, I was a little disappointed. I rode this 4 times. The back row is not very good. You could really feel the trimming. But the second row is actually the best row. Because you're not like right directly next to someone because it's got the V-style seats. But this is very good airtime. I love the splashdown at the end. And the back row, you can actually stick your hand out, and you'll actually get a little bit of water from the splashdown. So, very, very good B&M Hyper. And now we have number 1. Oh, I want it to be a surprise. Now we have the legendary Beast at number 1. And wow. A lot of people aren't going to agree with me on this one, but I think this ride is incredible. And I bet everybody watching this is thinking that I only put the Beast at number 1 because I got a night ride on it, and actually I did not. The park closed at 8, the 2 days I went there, and it's still light out at 8 o'clock in the summer, so I did not get a night ride, but I still put it at number 1 because this thing is amazing. Longest wooden roller coaster in the world. Very old too, opened in 1979. Not very tall, 110 feet, but it's pretty fast at... You know what? I don't really know how fast it is. I didn't put it on my script, sorry about that. But it's at 4, yeah. My favorite part of the Beast is after, as you see at the top of the picture, this very not steep second drop after the second lift hill, and you go into that very intense helix with 1 tunnel, but you go in it twice. That's pretty cool. But I really love how this ride goes in and out of the woods. I just can't imagine a night ride on this. This is still not my favorite wooden coaster. It'd be my second favorite wooden coaster after Hades 360 at Mount Olympus. But wow, this ride is incredible. Alright, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. And we'll see you next time on Cage's Coaster Reviews with my top 25 favorite roller coasters I've been on. We'll see you later.